It was a normal day in Seoul, South Korea, when a medical student, Son Jung-Min, was reported missing on April 25, 2021. Reportedly, he was last seen around the Han River after going out for drinks with his friend. After 5 days of searching, Son's body was discovered in the Han River, near the site of his disappearance. During the investigation, the Seoul Police Department found CCTV footage from April 24th. The camera showed Jung-Min at the Riverside Park with his friend, who's referred to as Mr. A, at about 11 p.m. The two friends were also filmed by security cameras at a convenience store. The police confirmed this with credit card receipts. They bought snacks, alcohol, and a mat. Later, they went to the convenience store again around 1 a.m. to get more food and alcohol. At 1:30 a.m., the footage showed that the two hung out at the Riverside Park for hours. Later, the police learned that Jung-Min sent messages to his mother around 1:30 a.m., and he posted a video on his Instagram showing him and his friend dancing at 1:50 a.m. According to Mr. A, Jung-Min slept, then woke up and started running around. He claimed that he dragged him from the hill to the point that his pants and shoes got dirty. A stated that he then called his own parents, and this is the last time Mr. A claims he used his iPhone. Instead of going home, Mr. A claims he also fell asleep after the phone call. Mr. A claims that when he woke up, he was alone, so he assumed that Jung-Min went home, so he decided to go home too. Later, CCTV showed Mr. A leaving the park alone at 4:30 a.m. Then at 5:20 a.m., Mr. A and his parents went back to the park to search for Jung-Min, but couldn't find him. That's when they decided to inform Son Jung-Min's parents. An autopsy found 2 wounds behind Son's left ear. His father said that, according to the National Forensic Service, the wounds weren't the direct cause of death, but the police believe his bodily injuries may have been caused by hitting objects while drifting in the water. Later, the police revealed that Son Jung-Min swallowed and inhaled water before he died. Therefore, he was alive before he entered the river. When the police requested Mr. A to hand in his phone, he claimed that he'd lost it in the park, and that when he went home, he found he had Jung-Min's phone instead. His phone had not been found. When Jung-Min's father asked to look at Mr. A's shoes for clues, Mr. A's parents said they threw the shoes away because they were too dirty. About 7 eyewitnesses gave testimonies to the authorities. They were within 30 feet from Son and Mr. A in the park. According to one of the witnesses, Mr. A was on the phone while Son was passed out. They said they took this picture because the situation didn't look right, as Mr. A was digging through Son's pockets. The two were seen on their mat together for the last time by eyewitnesses at 3:38 a.m. They claim that at that time, Son was sitting up. At 4:20 a.m., a passerby finds Mr. A sleeping alone next to the river, so he wakes him up and encourages him to go home. Mr. A gets up to leave, and 10 minutes later, he's spotted by CCTV cameras leaving the park. The circumstances surrounding Son's death have baffled the nation. Nobody knows how he got into the river, and nobody knows what really happened between 2 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. Is Mr. A involved in Son's death? Where is his phone? And why did he throw away his shoes? To this day, Son Jung-Min's death is still unsolved.